You know, I'm sure that all of us, when we were little and young, we did stupid things. And I remember I was friends with the neighbor boy. He was 2 years older than I was, and he got me into all kinds of trouble. You know, I just went along with what he did because I thought he, knew best. But he did a lot of things that I realize now that I'm an adult that were wrong, and we shouldn't have ever participated in such things. But I was an innocent bystander, and I just went, around with him just for fun. He was an evil influence on me. But I just have to, I realize that now. I mean, he had an early morning paper out. And I used to go with them, a few mornings in the summer. It was just kind of fun to chum around with them. We weren't bum chums or anything, but he was fun to be with, and he did a lot of silly things, and it made me laugh. And so I went on this paper route with them, and these are the days that a lot of dairies used to deliver milk on people's front porches in milk bottles. And if he was thirsty and he saw a bottle of milk on someone's porch that he put a paper on the porch, he'd take the cap off and he'd chug a lug it, about a third of the bottle, and he'd put the cap back on and, and walk away. So the people got up, they went out on their front porch, got their paper, brought their milk bottles in, and some asshole had drinking a third of one of the bottles and put the cap back on. Well, we all know who the asshole was. I knew who the asshole was. But to me, even though I wouldn't have done it myself, and I thought that he shouldn't do it, to me it was kind of funny because, he made it fun, And I remember going to some matinees, movies on Saturday one time, and we were kicked out of 3 theaters. He had, because of his paper out, he had a lot of rubbers in his pocket, rubber bands. And we used to sit in the theater, and he used to get the rubber bands out and shoot people in the back of the neck, the back of the head. We'd get up in the balcony, and he'd lean over the balcony and shoot people with rubber bands. He'd get a box of popcorn, and he'd throw popcorn on people's heads, So we were tossed out of that theater. We went out to another movie the same day, and he could burp on command. He was the type of guy that could burp on command. I can't burp unless I'm drinking a Coke or a Pepsi, and it's got a lot of carbonation in it, and then I can burp afterwards after I take a big swig of it. But he swallowed air, and he knew how to burp these great big belches anytime he wanted to. So we would be sitting in the theater, and during a silent, serious part of the movie, he'd burp. And he did it over and over and over again. I guess somebody complained to the management, and the manager came up and told us to get out of the theater, Then we went to a third theater. I can't remember exactly what it was that he did. I was completely innocent of the thing. But anyway, we were kicked out of 3 theaters in one afternoon. Why? Because my neighbor boy, my friend, he was a bad influence on me. I grew up to be a pretty nice person, and I'm proud. I can say very confidently that I'm very proud of the way that I turned out, because I had evil influences in my life, like this character, But we all do stupid things that we're that we're ashamed of. I mean, he used to pick up pebbles and wait till a car goes down the street, and then he'd throw the rock and try to hit the top of the car. If he hit the top of the car, I mean, you could hear it. You could see it bounce off the top of the car or off the hood. He'd think that was great. Then if the car, turned around, then we'd run like crazy. Of course, I never participated in it. But it doesn't dawn on people, kids, that the owners of those cars have to pay for the damage of those cars. So I'm just sick. I'm sick inside that I participated, not doing the deed, but just being with him and watching him do it. And then when he ran, I had to run. There's a few times that we did the right thing. I mean, he wasn't mean all the time. I mean, he was fun to be with, but he wasn't a very nice person when I stopped to think about it. And I should have been associating with other people. But I can't go back in time. I can't go back in time. The only thing I can do is go on from where I am right now and try to teach you, young people, to snap out of it, quit being an asshole, and try to live by the golden rule. And do the right thing and quit being a goof-off and a goofball. I'm embarrassed to know you. Don't tell me you haven't done anything like that. What, are you perfect or something, huh? Get a grip.